Alright, a time for a Rumble game. I'm gonna be playing this one against a Nocturne here with Hill of Blades, which is a little scary early game. If it decides to go pretty aggressive against me, that could be a problem. So we'll see how that turns out. I'll be looking to start Raptors here, unless my bot lane feels like giving me a very good leash on red buff. I guess I could do that as well. But usually starting Raptors on Rumble is the way I'd like to go. It's a nice, easy clear with your Q. So, you know, there is that. We're gonna recall here at 50 seconds. Place the ward, see if the Nocturne tries to invade me or not. And good. I'll start Raptors like I usually would. It's gonna say no leash needed, and we'll just casually scroll over to Raptors. Rumble's initial clear speed's pretty bad. A lot of damage comes additionally from the, Q obviously, but Q is going to help me kill the Raptors quite well. I need heat to be able to, you know, effectively kill other things, so your skills matter quite a bit. And you're going to be a little slower here at the start for sure. Elo of this game, we're talking Emerald Elo, by the way. And yeah, Rumble itself, very, very strong jungler, actually. Like, his ganks are a little bit bad, just a little bit. Yeah, like, you have your E, and as soon as you have your ult and you can place it well, your ganks are actually very, very strong. But until that point, it's a little, like, you do have to land your skill shields. If you have laners that have, like, CC to gank for, that is ideal. Like, those are definitely ideal laners to gank for. If you have absolutely no CC, it definitely gets a little bit more tricky. If your enemy team doesn't have mobility, then your slow should be able to do enough as well, so there's that. Okay, just hit this down. Good enough. Keep your heat up as much as you can, so just try to use your skills a little bit between camps so you can have some extra heat damage. And essentially just cast your skills off cooldown when you're hitting the camp. Overheating, like, you're really not going to be able to do it too well without, like, all three of your skills, so, like, proper management is kind of eh. So, as you can see right now, I'm losing a little bit of health, not really overheating too effectively, but that's okay. Just gonna take the E on level 3, pop this potion as soon as you get it, because the moment it ends, you get some gold. So you obviously want to have that. Keep your W, use your W in between here just to keep your heat up. And then you just EQ, and then EW for the overheat, and you can just finish this real quick. As you can see, your overheat does quite a bit of damage to it. And then right now, we're just gonna put our heat back into the yellow and try to keep the heat relatively high at all times. An E here and then QW overheat to finish the camp quicker. Like, overheat management is what's going to give you a large amount of your clear speed as well, so you really want to try to keep that, like, as best you can. Okay, top lane is shoving. No wards placed just yet. That movement wasn't enough to place a ward, I believe. We're going to overheat here. I'm gonna smite this, so it's just a little bit faster. Oh. Just gonna quickly go for this guy. Or this guy just ran past me, so we're just gonna send it. Very nice. I should help him shove the wave now, so that's exactly what I'm going to do. Wait. No, he can freeze the wave here. I shouldn't touch this. I'm trolling. He can still freeze with 3 melee minions. It should be fine as long as he doesn't kite them into the turret. I'm resetting here because I have, like... I'd have to run, like, obviously my Raptor's gonna respawn at 4 minutes, but I'd have to run all the way down because his top lane gank was pretty free. I just have to run all the way down to it, and that would not be worth it. So we're gonna run out of base and towards the Raptor straight away instead. So this way I don't have to run this distance through potentially Nocturne as well, and it's just gonna take me too long. At this point, I'd rather have my Faded Ashes by and move to the Raptors right away. So that's a bit of a difference. Usually, though, there, I just go clear, do the scuttle crap, and then do the Raptors right after at 4 minutes. Maybe a mid lane gank. But if the top lane gank is that free, you just have to go for the top lane gank. Like, there is just no debate at that point. Simply have to go for the top lane gank. And we're just going to do the Krugs into a bot lane gank now then. So we can just have that nicely set up. And then we're just going to see if we can do something with that. Should be doable, because otherwise I'd have to walk all the way up to, like, wolves here. It's going to take a while. Just gonna overheat here as well, so I just can hit this Alistar down more effectively. Believe. Oh, I see. That's fine, I guess. Fair enough. Not a problem, really. Let me just hit this thing real quick. Nocturne's most likely going to go for his wolves. He is. That's fine. Scuttle is still here. Okay, I'll take the Scuttle real quick. And that was fine on bot lane to counter the gank. It's not too bad. He does have a reset. Okay, keep that in mind. Let's go mid. I'm going to walk through mid here. Because, I mean, obviously, I'm going to have to go for my topside camps. My Raptors aren't up. And I just kind of want to play for his Raptors if possible. Alawi is not happy with what just happened. I am actually very, very trolling with the way I just overheated there. Yeah, that was bad. That was really stupid on my end. Yeah, no. Okay, fair enough. I'm gonna E then Q here so I can get the heat radius. And I should be able to do this. Nocturne is not going to be able to react to this, I don't think. As long as my Yone uses his priority well here, I should have this, no problem. I'm going to not overheat with anything but my Q here. So at least the overheat goes into the Q, and then I can just finish the last one and it should be okay. Get all 3 Void Grubs. Kind of trolled slightly. I could have killed Nocturne here, but I misplayed my overheat. Yeah, I needed to overheat better. At a better time as well. And just get my topside camps and we can just clear down towards the Raptors. They should respawn soon enough. Might be able to gank top lane here. I will be hitting level 6 off this camp, so I could do this. There's level 6, so we move. Okay, I'll admit that's probably relatively toxic. I mean, it's worth it because it's a Tahm Kench tank and I just wanted to get the kill. You mean stealing kills? You're a tank, my guy. You can relax. It's a little toxic though, I will admit. It's funny as hell though, I will also say that. That's an interesting way to take a kill, you know? Oh well. Yeah. Do that if you want to be fair. It's up to you. It's a funny way to get a kill because Rumble ults a colossal range. I kind of did it because I didn't really want to waste my time having like a run up there as well. Like Alawi just decided to suicide and the kill assist is worth more than one kill. So kind of why I did it, but it's still like a little toxic if you look at it like that, you know. I don't think I'm going dragon here. I think I'll just clean this camp up and I might be able to go for like a bot lane gank. Obviously, I have quite a large amount of money. At 2 minutes 17 is definitely a big timer for me because I want to have the 6 Void Grubs. I mean, on the other end, Tahm Kench can also not really complain because I gave him his entire lane state by doing that gank on the Alawi and killing her early on. So there is that as well. I think we could just do this. I'm not going to have smite for it, but... should be okay. Just make sure they're aware that I don't have smite. Now overheat here with this. Didn't overheat, that's fine. I'm just gonna recall because I have enough money for the Leandries and normal boots, so I'll buy those. And I might just go back top lane while like playing my top set camps is gonna be the thing here. I also want to look for you know, like maybe a kill on the Alawi here. She is very low. She's probably gonna run unless she just suicides here. She's probably gonna go for second bush, I think. I would never skip past the wave like this guy just did. That's a big wave to lose for like a potential kill at Alawi. That's just not worth it. He didn't fully commit to it. Okay, that's good. 1 minute on the Void Grubs though. I need those because the 6 Void Grubs are going to be important. Nocturne is bot lane. That's interesting information to note. The reason that's interesting is because I might be able to take his topside camps from that. He did do his topside camps recently with his red buff timer. Makes sense. Let's clean this. We clean the wolves here, and then we'll go for like top scuttle if it's up into the Void Grubs. Bot lane did die. This potion we're just saving until we have a nice fight situation I'm going to go for. Yeah, I'll definitely play for the Void Grubs. We're going to check the scuttle here. It should be here, I think. Yeah. Okay, good. And now I might check his Raptors into the Void Grubs, basically. If his Raptors are up, I'll take him. If not, that's fine. I'm actually going to overheat and punch this down real quick. Check his Raptors. They are down. 14 seconds on Void Grubs, obviously. We're going to put my heat up a little bit. Gonna try to put it in yellow range real quick. He should have it, right? I should have popped the potion. I guess I am kind of trolling. Push the wave, please. Why are you not shoving the wave, my boy? Nocturne is coming. I need this wave to be in the turret quick. I might be super dead here, actually. Oh, nice eat. Good, I like these. Wait for the fear. Good. We have to go Void Grubs here. These things are way too good not to go for right now. I'm gonna overheat here, so I just kill one quickly. I'm just gonna smite the last one. The eat was good. I was a little scared I was gonna die there, but the eat was beautiful. Beautifully timed. We'd like those. I'll overheat with this so I can just punch it down for the rest of this, and then we're just gonna take the reset. Very nice. The dive was a little bit slow because Tomcan should have prioritized shoving the rest of the wave out, but you know. I have enough money for the other hunting guys, so I'll buy it. Enemy team here is pretty damn tanky. Into very tanky teams like this, I like going Liandry's Riftmaker, but you can also just go Liandry's into Shadow Flame if you'd like, which is not a bad item necessarily here either. Like, they're both kind of good. Yeah, it's up to you. I do like the Riftmaker like slightly more, but Shadow Flame is an amazing item on Rumble as well, of course. You do have to just be careful that you don't build it when you are like very high, like heavy AP, or they can just stack a lot of magic resistance to you, because then flat magic pen is going to be much worse, obviously. Use this and punch him. That was a good hit on Jinx, but didn't finish her. Maybe that finishes her, hopefully. It doesn't. Low on the health, though. Gonna shove bot, I guess. Let me hit an E over here. Gonna get his blue real quick. Ah, I was about to smite that, mate. Oh, come on. Would have been nice if Thresh walked with me there, but he didn't do this, so that's a little unfortunate. I need to just hit this turret real quick to get it down. Gonna help shove the wave at the end here. Don't want to overextend in this situation. This is not great for us to overextend on. My red's up. I can just like kind of go for my clear here. Keep my heat up. Alright, beautiful. Just looking pretty good. Nocturne is actually relatively strong, I'll have to say. Profane Hydra. Going for a bit of a bursty Nocturne build, which is fair. I'm just going to clear the rest of my camps here. Can I get a lantern, please? Could you perhaps provide me with a lantern, Thresh? What? Dude, what are you doing? Did he use it on something earlier? He may have done. He was just like not willing to give me a singular lantern right there. Just gonna do this camp real quick. Oh, guess I cannot. I'll take that one. I have my ult, which is not bad. I will have my smite upgrade soon. Don't really want to go for the Rift Herald right now, because it's a pretty risky position, actually. I'll just go for this guy, actually. That's pretty free. Just dead. Yeah, probably didn't even have to ult for that, but... he's gonna go for that. Dragon, so I'll just take the Rift Herald. Do I like this trade? Not really. Do I think we could have contested Dragon? No, because Yone reset, so there's nothing else I can really do about that. That's why I just go top gank into Rift Herald instead. Yeah. Oh, we got the Dragon? Yo, my team is a fair play team. Huge. We take those. Absolutely gaming from Thresh right there. That's even better then. That's crazy. Fair play. Oh, that's not looking too good. Enemy team's very low health though. I can't make that. Like they either... ooh, Thresh with a double kill. Wow. I just go back top here after this, I think. Gonna use the portal. He missed. It's a little unfortunate. Very nice. Good, good. Just get this in. Push the turret. We're not going to herald just yet. We're going to use it for the turret. I'm going to overheat here, actually, for some attack speed. Finish this off. And then we just push the wave. And we're going to use the Rift Herald. Position it and bounce it into this turret as well. Perfect. Finish the turret as a priority and then walk away. She doesn't have ult, so it's just a free kill. Like, the second Alawi doesn't have ult, I'm not going to be too worried about it anymore. Okay, I might be super dead here, actually. There's that. I didn't get the Fear Tether broken, and that was bad. That was a good engage from them. I had too much gold to consider, like, that fight too well. It's on me. And the enemy team FF'd it. Well, okay, that was a pretty quick one. Build-wise here, I would have gone for... you can go Abyssal Mask, or you can go for Crypt Bloom, really. One of those two. Usually, like, if you need some more magic resist, obviously Abyssal Mask in this game, I wouldn't need that too bad. So I'm just going to probably go Crypt Bloom, Death Cap, and, you know, be fine like that. If you want to go more tanky, you can go Abyssal Mask into Jaksho, and then like a Death Cap at the end, potentially. You know, things like that will be very effective, or even an armor item at the end if you want as well, because the Leandries and the Riftmaker are going to give good burn damages. So yeah, but that's it for the build. It was a pretty quick one, so I'll see you guys in game number 2. Alright, before we move into the second game of this video, I quickly wanted to mention that more than half the people who watch my videos aren't actually subscribed, so if you are enjoying the content, a subscription would be greatly appreciated. If you are already subscribed, hitting the like button always helps as well. And with that being said, I hope you guys enjoy game number 2. Alright, time for a Rumble game. I will be playing against a Nidalee here, which is pretty scary, admittedly. That is definitely not an ideal matchup for me in an early game. So we'll see if she plays very aggressive into me or not. I'm going to start topside clear down because I have a Malphite top lane and I don't particularly want to play towards that too much. I'll be better off just playing for like bot side map because Malphite's just going to chill for the most part anyway. Thresh flash down. Slug's going to die. Nope. She might actually be forced to TP though. Interesting. Elo of this game, we're talking like mid-emerald elo, so you guys are aware. Yeah, it does not seem that I will be getting a leash or any assistance for that matter, which I guess will have to be fine. For me, it's better to just clear down. Like, I could do like Raptor start, for example, for potentially a better setup that way. But even if this might be slower, not clearing towards top lane and actually just starting blue clearing down, it's gonna be better. It'll be a bit slower though. Yeah. Take the W for some shielding. And basically all you really want to do is you try to keep your heat relatively high. Obviously that's not really going to happen on the first camp. But after that you just want to make sure it's as high as possible. Use your W as often as you can as well. And then you can just shield a bunch of damage that way. Which should save you quite a bit of health. You're obviously going to be, you know, a little bit losing a little bit of HP here initially. But that is fine. There we go. Just auto attack the big one down. Make sure not to overheat there with your W by casting it too soon, because you actually want to be able to finish this off. Use that potion as soon as you get it. Second point Q here. I'm just gonna go finish the clear. It'll be a bit slower here, but that's all good. It's definitely more ideal if you get a little bit of assistance with that early, like with at least the first camp on Rumble. Because you're gonna feel that otherwise. Okay, bot lane with a kill. Definitely not bad. Make sure I don't overheat there, and I overheat now. Really try to play with that heat as much as you can, because it's definitely a bit of a spicy one if you mess that up, you can lose a lot of clear speed. If you overheat on your shield and you can't cast your Q for a while, that's gonna cost you, you know? Italy is mid lane, 20 CS. I'm actually gonna do this. Okay. 330, I mean, relatively slow. A leash on your first camp helps a lot, because then you can have more heat building capabilities. We go bot here. I do have approach velocity. He flashed. Okay, that's unfortunate for me. Don't get hit by that. Nidalee is going to be here. There she is. Okay, not bad. Thresh was low enough. He's also level 2, so I had some room there. Kinda need to shove this into the turret, really. This is good. This actually works pretty well. Do have to be a bit careful, though, with my heat here. Nidalee's gonna back off. I need to just, like, back off the play. I kind of wanted to shove this into the turret, but that really wasn't gonna happen. It's now gonna shove back, though, at least. I do not want to stick around here. It's going to waste too much time. If you can afford the hunting guys on your first back, absolutely buy it. If you cannot, then you simply just buy the Faded Ashes, which you should generally be able to afford. So this is not too bad. We'll be walking out of base and gonna go for the Gromp respawn and just clear the camps down. A little bit slower than I probably usually like to be with the camp respawn, but obviously the bot lane fight thing was a bit extended, so... All we're gonna do now is just go for another clear. We want to make sure we get our experience, get our levels in there with Rumble. Don't overheat, don't cast your W here. It's actually, you want to keep this heat for your Q. So you can overheat Q and just kill the camp quickly. Or a lot quicker at least. And then put the heat high enough so you can use the other Q. There you go. Alright, level 5, we're looking good. Thresh is mid lane. Where is she going? How is she playing this? Like... I'm a tiny bit confused by this, but okay. The Lux went like initially up here, then like down here. But I think she could have just ran to her turret, to be honest. But, you know, okay. 2 kills for me, though. I did mess up my heat slightly there, because I didn't overheat with the Q active, which cost me a bit there, which was actually kind of bad. You always want to try to, like, into those fights, you always want to try to keep your overheat with your Q, because then you can have a lot more damage potential. And in that situation there, I overheated without the Q, I believe. Finish this off, we take a reset. Okay. I'm not gonna buy a Dark Seal. I could buy a Dark Seal for the Magi's, but I won't. Because the build I'm gonna go for, I mean, I could use it. I do think with the Thresh here that I straight up lose the Void Grubs, because I can't do anything about that. Wait, that plant hit is interesting. If I hit 6 right here, I might be able to mess them up at the end of Void Grubs, which I could try to do. I also would have to manage my heat for that, though. See if I can do that. I will not be defending top turret, no. I could go for the kill, but I feel like they're doing Void Grubs, and I feel like I have to go for that. We're gonna activate this. Here it is. Get this out of the way. Very good. Overheat there. Didn't get the overheat with my Q, but it was fine. I actually misplaced my ultimate, honestly. I thought she was going to be doing it like in the back there, but she was on the side here. So that kind of sucked. I needed to do blue first there if I wanted to try to fight that, because without my ult, I never would have really done that properly. And, you know, this is a fine cleanup situation regardless. That Thresh is not having a great day, is he? Alright. So not overheat with that. We're going to overheat with the Q here. Very good damage. 50 seconds on ult. Oh god. That Thresh is like just everywhere or what? He's just like permanently rotating everywhere. I'll not be able to do anything for this to kill this Katarina. Should have W'd then Q'd here. Really want to try to keep that Q in the heat for the heat zone for the extra damage. Okay, bot side camps are up. Ult will be 25 seconds. I'm in a pretty good spot. Nidalee does have 2 Void Grubs and the Dragon, but that's okay. Not a big deal. Rumble scales incredibly well, so I'm not too worried about that. Let's overheat here. I will not be able to make it to top lane. There's no way they dive a Malphite. That would be a crime. Let's finish this, and then we'll go for the bot dive, most likely. Should easily be able to do that. Have ult. This should be good. All I have to do is land a proper ult, and they will just all die. Gonna keep my heat about like here in the yellow range if you can. Make sure that doesn't drop, so just use your abilities a little bit. Okay. Keep my heat up. Like I'm in this area, like in this region, I always want to try to be yellow range if possible. There we go. That should be a good one. Good kill. Obviously got to back out of this decision real quick because I took quite a lot of damage there, I believe, from Lucian ult and Katarina combination. Katarina didn't die nearly as fast as I'd hoped. Whoa. Dude, I saw that spear and I just got scared that it was going to hit me for some reason. Yeah, I'm just going to leave that for what it is. I have 2,400 gold. I can just afford this. I can afford the Sorks. I can just go top lane here. I'm not going to afford the Sorks. I'm actually going to buy that instead. Could have bought the glowing mote, but I didn't. It's going to go top. The hunting guys is going to be worth more here. So we're going to go for this. We're going to run up here now. We're also going to use some skills to get our heat into yellow range. Try to walk around with yellow range heat for as much as I can, at least. Can you ult him? Okay. I guess if he knows he has flash, that's fair that he doesn't just instantly ult, because then obviously he could flash his ult. So this makes sense. I didn't realize Garen had flash, so fair play. At 24 seconds on these Void Grubs that I obviously want to play for. So that's something I'm looking at. Gonna eat twice into the Q for the extra heat. Nearly is bot lane. Should be fine. Alright, level 9, very good. We get this in here for an extra level in E. Nidalee is bot. I'm just simply gonna go Void Grubs then. Drag them together and then just burn everything. Look at that beautiful damage, man. And then we overheat here with the Q. I E then Q. And then at this point, I think I could just look for Nidalee's topside camps, most likely. If they have Dragon, that's fine. It's okay. I'm not too concerned about that. Like, they do get it, obviously, but I do get the 4 Void Grub marker, which is good. And I think I should be able to get her topside camps. Are they up? They are, in fact, up. Okay. Not too concerned with this, but Garen is rotating, so I have to concern myself with that at least. Hit him with the E for the slow. And then overheat here as well, so I can hit him down. They all get burned. That was some very good rumble damage, but unfortunately barely not enough. Please. Malphite. Malphite. Excuse me, Mr. Malphite. That's so unfortunate. I mean, I got hit by the spear, I guess, but okay. God damn it. Alright, fine. I guess it's my bad for walking there, but I was like, why are you not following that, my boy? This man has like ult flash available to him, full HP, and he just like walks off. My bad. Yeah, I kind of figured he would just show up for that, to be fair. That's unlucky. All right, fair enough. It's quite a bit of money there towards Nidalee. I was simply too aggressive. Like, the moment Malphite like didn't walk with me there, I definitely shouldn't have walked up. It was just such a like normal move to me, like in my eyes, for Malphite to just walk in that direction, that I just assumed he would, you know. Or even if he was a little slower, he'd like follow after or whatever. Yeah, I was mistaken. This Malphite did not want to participate in that one. Alright, I'm just gonna clear. Ult's gonna be up relatively soon. Hitting level 11 is obviously quite a big one as well. Finishing my smite's gonna be a big one too, so these are all things I am looking for right now. Bot side camps will all be up. Don't really care about this Rift Herald too much, honestly. Might be able to go mid here. Good flash from Katarina. Just keep my heat up. See if I loop around this way. I'm gonna keep my heat nicely in the yellow here. I should have placed it in the other direction, shouldn't I? Yeah, okay. My bad. I should have really placed it upwards, not downwards. That's my bad for the misplacement on that thing. Oh, that's a dead thresh. We take those. Very good. I guess at this point I should look for the Herald. I'm gonna do this one first because it gives me the extra smite upgrade. Because I get a sweet plus the kill on Scuttle. Gives me the upgrade on it. Finish this, get the smite finish, and then I just go top. All he has to do is land his ult and he's dead. Good. I didn't want to shoot my harpoon there because I'd overheat with the next skill I'd cast. I could overheat in that position, but I'd rather go for the second Q overheat there. So that's what I was trying to go for. I'm just going to do the Rift Herald now. I might lose my bot side camps for this, but I guess that'll will have to be fine. Depending on what Nidalee does here. I'm very strong. I do have one death, sadly, but that was kind of my own fault, I suppose. So finish this, smite this out. Take the reset, because I have the Rift Maker. Beautiful. And then we're going to go for this item next. Abyssal Mask. Abyssal Mask is incredible. Like, actually incredible. It gives you a tremendous amount of magic resist, which is actually quite nice against both Katarina and Nidalee here. And it gives me the Void Staff effect, which, you know, the combination of that is just very good. It's also only 2,300 gold, so it makes it very nice and cheap to build. The build I'm going for on Rumble is absolutely disgusting, by the way. Like, you're gonna see this, but like mid to late game fights, it's just not gonna be fun for the enemy team. I do want to play for this dragon in 10 seconds, but I will be clearing my camps until then. I'll overheat here real quick. Definitely gonna need to look for this dragon. Mid lane is overstaying at the moment, I believe. Could end up badly for them, but my only play here is really just go for dragon because I need to get it. Make sure I overheat here, but get my Q off first. I have good dragon damage. Team is winning those fights. Lux is actually quite fed. Wow. But yeah, dragon is my priority. I have to just make this my priority and then overheat with Q at the end. Beautiful. Let's get my heat up real quick. Just use some skills. I have to be careful here. But if I get like hooked there, that could be bad for me. Be patient. Wait to see if Katarina walks up. Don't walk too far forward into vision range here. Or my heat drops slightly for the W.
Who wants a piece of this?
I could ult that technically, but
Thought you'd never ask.
I make sure not to overheat here, because if I go into a fight now, I'd rather have the heat. Gonna catch the next wave as it walks in here, and then I'll herald this bot turret afterwards.
An enemy has been slain.
Vandal City beatdown.
Keeping my heat high while not overheating right now, so I can have the heat high if the enemy shows up. Didn't want to herald there.
You don't have to tell me twice.
That's a risky chase. Ah, stupid Katarina flash.
Who you calling little?
She already had a blink, and then I was like, yeah, I could just get him with flash, but then she flashed as well. That kind of sucks. Why do I get stopped there? 1600 gold for that too.
We're cooking.
I do want to use the Rift Herald. Probably should just use it anyway. I should just bounce this into the turret, and I think I'll be okay. My team just needs to put pressure on the other side while I put the Rift Herald in here. I am super dead here, actually, yeah. Okay, my bad. A little bit too aggressive there. They're also putting less pressure in this mid position than I thought they would with that wave, because they all rotated down towards me. Didn't go for the pressure. The Abyssal Mask is going to help me a lot against Katarina, to be fair. I was a bit over-aggressive on my end. I have no way of stopping Katarina ult, which is obviously a bit of a problem. And I kind of greed a little too hard there.
Shut down.
That's just not great. It shouldn't cost me too much, as long as my team doesn't completely die here, because then they might be able to Baron, but I am going to be alive in time for that Baron, so it should be okay. I was a bit too overzealous there with the Rift Herald cast on bot lane and then trying to fight the Katarina. I could have just ran. Would have been fine. Lux is mental booming, it seems.
Ripped up.
Double kill.
It's a good engage. Bad ultimate, though, to be fair. Could have been better. Need to go mid here. I would honestly like the Baron, but depends if my team follows this, because if they don't follow us, the Baron is impossible. Can I just not AFK the mid lane, please? That'd be wonderful. I need Malphite here as well. He needs to tank it. Someone needs to tank it, not me, because I do too much Baron damage. Okay, Lux just kind of suicided. They killed Nidalee, that's good. I'll keep tanking it for a while. I'm pretty tanky at the moment. Not that big of a problem. We obviously have the dragon soon. Gotta play for the dragon here. I'll defend this mid wave. Get the level up from the wave, and then I rotate. I overheated, damn it. That's a bad overheat on my part. Let's get my heat back up a little bit. I stand in the back of the pit here. Puts me in range for the ult easily still, but it's a little bit safer position-wise. My Zeri is just running it down mid lane for some reason. Okay. Some pretty aggressive positioning considering Dragon is like a thing there. I should go bot lane here, I think.
Now we're cooking.
Yeah. He has Force of Nature and my Malphite walks straight past me, so... Okay, I'm just gonna go mid then. Just gonna get my heat up a little bit. Okay. I don't know why he's standing in that position, but... 50 seconds on ult. Lux is just shoving top lane. We're gonna have to not go too aggressive. Just gonna hit the turret down. Don't get hit by the thresh hook. Okay. Good. Just gonna try to stay with my Zeri here as much as I can, really. Some good damage on that guy. Managed to heat well. Okay. Well, that's it for Rumble. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to like button below. Helps me out quite a bit. And I'll see you guys in the endgame stats. Alright, time for the endgame stats here for game number 1. We ended up doing 7.4k damage, which is about what I expected, to be honest. It was obviously a pretty short one. Rumble's damage skyrockets the moment you land like an ult in team fights. Like ult Q in team fights, it's just like insane damage. Not really a long enough game for it to reach proper team fight stage. So, you know, you're gonna suffer on a little bit of damage, which is fine. It's not really a big problem. But yeah, this will go higher. Rumble usually, like a 30-minute game, ends up doing the most damage in the game. Because of that, if you land your ults correctly. If you don't, then obviously there's that as a problem, I suppose. But, you know. True damage 700. We have objective damage at 28.6k, which is good. Healing done at 9k. Damage taken 14.6. Self-mitigated 11.6. Gold earned at the most at 9k, which is a very, very nice amount. First strike only dealt 400 damage, gained me 355 gold though, which is very nice. Obviously, the longer the game goes, the more gold and damage this does. So there's that. Cashback, 0 gold gained is not correct. Should be probably about 400-ish, a little bit less. Triple tonic for just the items. Approach velocity for the time spent. This is just nice to have. You can go Cosmic Insight if you want to, but approach velocity just is very good. Because if you land a Rumble E, you can get in range and close the distance on them easier with your Q. And you also have the ult for the slow as well, which then closes the distance for you as well, potentially, which is very nice. Cheap shield for some extra burn damage here. Extra damage done. You have slows in your kit, so it's pretty good additional damage output. You can also just take Eyeball Collection if you want for some raw stats, and an Ultimate Hunter for the ult cooldown, which obviously only had 2 stacks here. Like, it didn't really... Like, most of my ganks were initially focused towards tops to put the Alawi in a really bad spot. And it didn't really get too many stacks because of that this game, which is fair. But, you know, obviously you want that for the ult cooldown. Then for the second game, the stats, we did 18.2k, which is very good. Like, just solid overall. Obviously lost a little bit of damage here because I went for certain objectives where my team just kind of straight up ran it at them in mid lane kind of deal. So that costs me a bit of damage there. But 25 minutes in, the game goes from here. Land a couple good ultimates, my damage is going to be sky high. So that it's okay damage. It's definitely not bad. True damage 2100. We have objective damage at 56.2k, which is obviously very, very good. Trying to keep on top of this as much as I could, at least. Just having very high objective damage is what you want to see. This number basically cost me a little bit of this number, kind of as a trade-off, but it's obviously worth it. Damage taken 25.2k. Self-mitigated another 24.5, so very good damage taken. Gold earned at 12k. Just behind Zeri, but again, that kind of makes sense here. For the runes, first strike dealt 600 damage and gave me 600 gold. Could have been more, potentially, but still, like 600 straight extra gold is very nice gold tempo. This will give you a large amount of money in just proper team fights. Like a one good ult Q, you know, if you land it properly for first strike, it's going to give you good money, good damage. So it's quite a nice rune, but still, like, extra 600 gold, definitely nothing to scoff at. Solid. Magical footwear for the free boots in this one, but I made a mistake here. I definitely should have just gone cashback again, because it's just better. Cashback gives you that gold back, which helps you snowball your build a bit better. So definitely should go on cashback, but accidentally took magical footwear here. Triple tonic for the potions, and then approach velocity for the 56 seconds spent hasted. This is just, you know, solid, you know, again with your E, with your ult, closing the distance. Cheap shot for about 600 damage. Eyeball collection is also, again, something you can take, and then ultimate hunter for the ult cooldown to have that up as much as possible. This build here, I transitioned the Liandry's Riftmaker into an Abyssal Mask. They had some AP damage, you know, to be careful for. You can get some magic resist in there. Like, if you don't need the magic resist, obviously you don't have to go for Abyssal Mask. You shouldn't go for Abyssal Mask. Just take like a Crypt Bloom. If the magic resist will be effective against the enemy team, I'd recommend going for Abyssal Mask, because it's a very good magic penetration item and it gives you a large amount of magic resist at the same time. Rumble doesn't need like an insane amount of magic penetration from things like Void Staff, because he has his E to shred the magic resist from the enemy as well. On top of Abyssal Mask is going to be enough. It's a very, very cheap, only 2300 gold item, and it's going to make you a lot more tanky. You can transition this Abyssal Mask into a Jug Show as well if you want, for even more tankiness survivability-wise. Liandry's and Riftmaker will give you plenty of damage, so that is going to be no problem. So you can easily go Abyssal Mask into the Jug Show if you want, and then potentially end with a Death Cap to amplify some more AP. Or you can go Abyssal Mask into the Death Cap anyway, and then maybe get like an extra AP item here, like Zonias, for example. You can also do Abyssal Mask with Jaxo Zonias, be very survivable, and then Liandry's and Riftmaker will just add up a lot of burn damage with your Q and your R. It's going to be a lot of max HP burn damage, so that's a very tanky build that is very, very strong as well, so it should be considered. So going Liandry's, Riftmaker, Abyssal Mask, Jaxo, Zonias, or Zonias Jaxo is going to give great armor and magic resist and very good sustainability in those, or like durability in those fights, to the point where your burn damage is going to provide more value. The more AP heavy build of this would be Liandry's into Riftmaker or potentially Shadow Flame, and then from that point you can decide to go maybe Death Cap. You can do a Magi's if you want as well. Zonias, obviously, you know, the general items. Crypt Bloom is usually the magic penetration item of choice if I'm not going to go for Abyssal Mask for the additional magic resist. It's a bit of a squishier build, but it has a bit more damage potential, so if you're snowballing very, very well, that is something you could opt for, even though this tank build will also snowball extremely well, because you're essentially just going to become immortal, and it's going to be very hard to deal with you. So the damage for the burn damage from your Q, max HP damage based with Liandry's, with Riftmaker, just going to give very, very good damage output. So that's it for the build and for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys tomorrow with another one. Bye.